your experience when you are in Europe, but you also currently toured a long time now in the States. What's the difference kind of there? What you're feeling, and also like how different it is, because in Europe, I mean, there is the central banker in Czech, I think, that talks about Bitcoin.
It's just not drop it. It's just getting extra points. Dude, there is a election for parliament next week. That dude wants to be minister of finance. That's all the PR he's doing. It's all BS. Like, don't trust politics. They all suck. Literally. Anyway, like, that's why we have Bitcoin. So no, I don't want to talk about that. No, he's just getting PR points to be a minister of finance, so he can get a lot. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about something more important than central bankers. No, that's a hard no for me.
Love that. I told you before, I think it will be a lot of fun with you, and it definitely is. But my point was like, you sometimes have that feeling that in Europe, it's only grassroots and like the politician level really doesn't get Bitcoin. And then like in America, we slowly start seeing like the political discourse, at least discussing Bitcoin. We can debate of like how good of a quality they're discussing Bitcoin, but at least it's a topic. I mean, that the president goes to a Bitcoin conference, that alone, I think it's like huge of the symbolic. No, but then there's a grassroots level where I feel like if you go to a Bitcoin meetup in Vienna or in some city in Austria, Germany, like there's such a strong Bitcoin community, and there's a disconnect from grassroots versus like the political level versus like America. It seems to be like more connected.
So my perception will be a little bit different, because all I do is like focus on mining in the US. So here there's no mining, but there's like extremely big grassroots community, right? So it's really, for me to go and nerd out about Bitcoin on Thursday evening, it's like, it's so easy, really. Like a few dozens of Bitcoiners meet like all around, right? So, and you can pay Bitcoin in most of the restaurants in Prague also with Lightning. So it's like, for me, I'm used to it. It's normal, right? So then going to US is a little bit different, because yes, I would, but again, it's way bigger market, way more spread out. So it's so different. So it's really difficult to compare those two. And also what I focus on, I'm like 100% in Bitcoin mining, right? So that's all I focus on. So me in the US, I was traveling there for 6 months and basically like visiting all the Bitcoin mining. So it wasn't Bitcoin meetups mostly. It was Bitcoin, or focusing on Bitcoin mining, and also all the miners. So there, what I really miss here, because like Bitcoin mining, we call it like the beating heart of Bitcoin. It's like such a important integral part, right? But here we don't see it. Like European Union is so slow and bureaucratic. Like there are so amazing use cases, the heat reuse, the like balancing of the like. When you fly to UK, you see actually the turned off wind turbines in the sea, because they don't have buyer of last resort. It's like it's bizarre. It's literally, you can sell it to Bitcoin miners and make more money, and you can make more money, so you can build more energy generation. It's like, it's insane, right? But we have European Union, so that's, for me, I have no idea how to solve it. So for me, I take the road, I need to educate as many people as possible, so that long term, I hope something will fix. That is a very different case in the US. Like I was traveling mostly across Texas, like, like gut feeling, 30% of global hash rate is in Texas. Gut feeling, don't quote me on it. There are no specific data, but just like talking with the miners, seeing, I think it's safe to bet 1/3. Okay, yeah, one third of the global hash rate is in Texas. So from that and you can really see it from the super small guys to like one container, 2 containers, to like giant 100 megawatts publicly traded miners, and everything in between. And from that and you can really see, and like they're the real like digital cowboys, like they got the oil filled gas generators, and they're mining off grid, and they're like, fuck the states, and they got the guns, and they're like, hey, come at me, bro, if you want to take my Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners. Like that level, I have to like, it's just magnificent that in Texas. So we have a lot of grassroots education and community here in Prague and here in Europe, but I'm really, really missing that mining part. And it's like that. I have to give them, like, for that, it's genius. Like Texas, it's pure bliss, man.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of mining. I mean, in general, there's a lot of mining in the States versus the rest of the world. It's under 50% what I see, but it is a lot of mining that goes on in the States. Is the main challenge in Europe just like regulations and the European Union don't liking it?
Yeah, it is. Of course, like you're gonna have markets where it's not gonna be profitable at all, and it's fine. Like again, I say Bitcoin mining is there. Bitcoin mining makes sense in certain places in certain times. It's not. It was never meant to be done everywhere by everybody. No, it's not the point at all. The incentives are aligned correctly. So, I think you'll never see Bitcoin mining here in Czech Republic. There's just no way. Yeah, they're like extreme. Anyway, let's forget about the edge cases, but generally speaking, and we don't want that. Like we have the other buyers who will always buy a higher price. It's absolutely fine. But there's, for example, like again, I said the wind farms alongside the coast in UK. I was googling it. Okay, I don't Google anymore, but I still use the word googling. But I think 40, like it's up to 40% is unused because they don't have the buyer of last resort. So for that, like there's no excuse not to sell. Like either you have zero or you have at least something. At least something gives you better, so you can finance the whole operations faster. You can pay for it. You can expand faster. You can build the renewables more. And we know if you want to have more renewables in your mix, you need to overbuild, right? Because sometimes it doesn't blow, sometimes it doesn't shine. So it's fine. So you have to overbuild. So tell me argument for not having the revenues bigger so you can finance and build out faster. There's like zero argument. So so that's that. Also, they have a lot of hydro, untapped hydro, or overproducing hydro in like Nordics. It's like there's no way, there's no real good argument. Like that's cleanest energy as it gets, and nobody wants it. Like that's, you're not boiling the ocean, you're not killing the baby seals. It's like literally the cleanest energy on the planet that nobody wants, and you can be making a lot of money. And then with that money, you can do stuff. I don't know, build roads, fly people to Mars. I don't know, do some cool stuff. But capital is nice. I want to be building more energy generation, mining with it, profiting, and then building cool stuff. So really, Europe is slow, man. Like we too much bureaucracy, too many rules. Like I want to stay hopeful. I love it here, man. Like I love Prague, really, honestly. But it doesn't look good. Like we just know how to regulate. Like like we excel at regulating. We're so good that all the rest of the world is looking at us like, how the fuck did they regulate so well, man? It's like really, it's terrible, man. So yeah, it's regulations.
And I love that. I think I have to clip that because it's so great. Because I mean there are some good parts in Europe. Like I love the food here. I love like the living standards here and all that, all the rest of it. But when it comes to like business and when it comes to like building outfits and innovating, it's so hard here. And then there's also the incentives of if someone has a great idea, the incentivized actually leave Europe. It's like the capital markets and somewhere else, the talent is somewhere else, and they can just avoid the bureaucracy and the regulations here. So even if there's great things happening in Europe, they're like, oh yeah, like I'll build it, but I won't the hell build it here. And I think that's a huge problem also.
Agree, and then it all comes to capital, right? So why, if you have a great idea, you're going to the US to access the US market capital and to build faster and bigger. So it's just like us not being more open and more capitalistic. It chokes us really long term. It just literally chokes us. So anyway, so I approach it. The only thing I can do is educate more about Bitcoin. So you have a podcast. I try to work on Bitcoin books, and that's the only thing that we can do. I hope we can turn it around, because again, same as you, I fucking love it here, man. Like the last, it's amazing. The culture is amazing. The food, go to Prague. Like it's like the food on every single corner is amazing. So it's so I hope. I
It's
really hope. I want to stay optimistic, man.
Me too. Me too. Where do you in general see Bitcoin mining developing? We have now more and more solo miners going on. I think I actually saw you posting about this new block thing from Jack Dorsey, the mining thing. Full disclosure, I have no clue like about all that. But where do you see? Because I see some people commenting as like, yeah, Bitcoin mining will be integrated in like heaters and like all the different devices, and will make sense economically. I'm not so sure about that, just because like I have no clue about it. But I think it would be a great idea to decentralize it. Like if we have like a big network with a lot of small actors, the same way as like with full node operators and all of that. But in general, I see more and more of trend that big publicly traded companies mine Bitcoin, big companies kind of like do that. Where do you see like Bitcoin down the road being mined, and also the decentralization of it?
I'll start shilling our books. Of course, I'll start with my book, because yes, by the way, it's not a commercial break. All of them are for free download, and we'll be publishing all of them in audiobooks for free on YouTube and Spotify. So, and if you want to buy physical books, or you can all, of course, on Amazon. So I just published it last week, and exactly the last chapter is how I see the future. And then another book that I want to show is definitely the Bitcoin mining heat reuse. So Tyler Stevens, he's an ex-rocket engineer that is interested in Bitcoin mining. So like you don't have any better story than this. And again, free to download. So if I have to like summarize, it's of course it's crystal ball telling, but I'll tell you like gut feeling about the trends. Bitcoin mining heat reuse is going to be definitely a thing. You can, I am unsure to what extent it will be in residential, like people buying a heater that is sitting in a living room, and to what extent it will be industrial. If I have to bet, I'm betting on the industrial having like vast majority of the pie of the Bitcoin mining heat reuse hash rate. Because yes, the home heaters are nice, but there's a giant hurdle of education. Like you even see some of the companies and they say they drop the Bitcoin narrative completely, and they just say, hey, it's going to be cheaper for you. And I think that's by the way you will sell heaters to people like me. There are not so many people, and of course like we're growing in numbers, but I think the pitch should be, here is reliable heat that will cost less. And I think really people should be marketing in a way less as a Bitcoin mining heater, because no, don't give me your funny internet money and all those scams and maybe some token. No, it's a reliable, cheaper source of heat. And I think that's way easier. And then the people like running the heaters or like servicing them can earn, and then that can incentivize. Imagine you're a space heater company and you're building subscription model with recurring revenue. That's fucking amazing. Like people should be like building those, like that. No heater on a planet has that. Like you can build an insanely amazing, like sexy business. Like you're selling heaters and you have recurring revenue. Like that's hot. That's very hot capitalistic project. But if I have to bet, it's gonna be on the industrial, because really highly recommended this book. We use heat for so many things. Like I don't read the book, but like making, I don't know, making beer, making whiskey, like in some part of the process you're heating up, from boiling or to just heating up, like or in cooking like bread and things like that. I'm not saying baking, but like just the yeast, it like grows in like, for example, 40 Celsius, right? A little bit more than room temperature. You're using heat and normal electric heaters for that. Like long term, again, I heard in this book a lot of the great stories, doing the industrial, like changing the industrial heating system from agriculture to all different industrial use cases. I think they have some from Finland, and again they do it the same way. They don't tell you okay, change your boilers, industrial boilers, for this Bitcoin mining machine. They say, you know what, it's time for you to change it after 20 years. You have to, like, it's literally this machine is that, so if you want to continue you have to buy a new one. I got a cheaper one that you will operate for cheaper. I think that's the way forward. So yes, I really believe in Bitcoin mining heat reuse, but there are a few buts. It's not going to be done everywhere. I think it's going to be for example, mostly Europe. If I have to bet it, it's Europe. It's really great place in Europe with expensive prices, with a lot of bureaucracy on the mining side. Also, the other but is it will be way more industrial than residential. And the last but is it will not be dominant force of hash rate. I don't believe so. Of course, the author does, because really it's amazing how much global energy we use for heat. Don't quote me on it, but it's insane. It's like 1/3, 2/3 of all energy goes to like heating stuff, heating us, our living rooms, or food and stuff. So it's a giant pie to take from. Like he said, if just like 2% of global heating goes to hash rate, like we doubled the global hash rate. So like there's giant potential. Like it's all in the book. Download it for free, guys. It's and follow Tyler Stevens on Twitter. He keeps saying those stats. But I'm a little bit more skeptical. I see that it's a long road. We can get there, but it's not gonna happen in 3 years, 5 years. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20. So it's gonna be there. It's gonna be growing. But I think it's gonna be slower. Then we have the debate between home mining, lotto mining versus the industrial scale. If I have to bet, and again, anything can happen. One of the theories is, for the big popcos, big publicly traded miner is going to die in 5-10 years. Don't quote me on the number. Doesn't matter. 5, 10, 15. And it's going to go all back to like home miners doing lottery mining and things like that. Could happen. I don't think it's that probable. If I have to bet, the giant publicly mining companies going to like merge and integrate with energy stack. And I really hope, and I really, really hope that it's going to be us buying the energy generation and not the other way around. Like, Bitcoiners, again, like overtaking the world. Like really like us, like the big publicly traded, and we already see it. They buy more energy generation, like straight from the source. And I hope it will continue. We see more and more. So we have one of our software products is Brains Manager. It's for you to manage your whole like mining fleet, right? Remotely or on the spot, doesn't matter. And we see, that's been done. It's easy. Like you manage your software, like you manage your data center. But where we see the future, it's tight integration with the energy markets. So I really think all the big players or the industrial players, it will naturally merge because you can do the curtailment. You can do, as I said, like 40% of the wind turbines in UK and the offshore are idle. So I think it will naturally merge. So I think the bigger guys will get even bigger. They will not die. I really doubt it. I really I think that probability is very, very low. And there will more and more merge with the energy sector. Either energy sector buying them or then buying more energy generation. And it will not be just, I'm a Bitcoin miner. It's gonna be vertically integrated. Like you generate your energy, you sell the heat, you mine Bitcoin, you diversify a little bit to AI, then you package it in all different like financial products and do like the fiat karate like sailor and craziness, and that's gonna be it. And I think that's gonna be growing. It's not gonna die, and it's gonna be vast majority of the network. I really like even now. Hey, 6 years ago when I was starting, 7 years ago, it was mostly plebs. Like we didn't have the giant fiat miners, popcos. We didn't have that, and then we saw the giant rise. I don't think it's a problem. I want more hash rate. I want more publicly traded companies buying generation, integrating with energy, helping curtailment, helping stabilizing the energy grids. I think it's the future. So really, it's gonna we're heading Zeta hash tomorrow. I think we're gonna head second Zeta hash in the next I don't know, before the next halving maybe, or like a halving, 1.5 halvings away. And it's going to be driven by these guys. So yeah, institutional energy driven hash rate is going to be the king. And yeah, the last one is the Lotto Solo mining. It's nice, but it's never gonna, if I have to bet, it's never gonna be more than 5% of the global hash rate in the next 5 years. I wish it would be. I'm adding my bet access also, guys. Don't go against me. I'm doing my part, but I want to stay realistic.
Yeah, that needs to be. There needs to be a major financial incentive for people to adopt it in such a big way that it can contribute in a major way towards Bitcoin mining. And I don't see it currently. I don't see that financial incentive. But yeah, maybe there are some interesting developers.
But so we created our Brains mini miner last year. So we launched it. So we have like a BitX competitor, BMM 101. So we launched it on last year on BTC Prague, and that was really the beginnings of the mini mining. So BitXs were just starting. In that year, we saw giant growth, like of selling our products, but also we spoke with many of the manufacturers of BitXs. So yes, in the last year and a half, the boom of like mini solo lotto mining machines is giant. Giant, really, it blew our mind. We're talking about maybe tens of thousands mini miners sold monthly now globally, which is amazing. Like literally a year ago, this market didn't exist, or a year and a half ago. But again, we have a long way to go, and I don't want it to be fad, because that is also a risk. Right now it's cool. Buy a small mini miner for $100. Yeah, nice. Is it long term sustainable? I don't know. I wish. Again, I'm one of the supporters, guys. So don't lynch me. But again, are we gonna hit 10% of the global hash rate? I don't think so. I wish.
What's the economics of those devices? Like, is it a financial, like, good decision to deal with them, or is it more of like this lottery mining that you buy it and
mining,
you might have a chance to hit a big block?
That's exactly that. But if you it's lottery. It's like, do you know the scratching card, the lottery scratch cards? It's that, but then it's really nice. Like, listen to the story, right? So you have two choices. You can go and buy a lottery ticket or the scratch card, right? You have to go somewhere. You're financing like a giant gambling corporations. Like the whole thing sucks. Here, you buy a machine for $100. You plug it in, and it's automatic lottery every 10 minutes. So you don't have to do anything. It submits the ticket every single second, with a possibility of winning every 10 minutes. If you combine the yearly probability of you winning with like one BitX Gamma, like one terahash, or one Brains mini miner, one terahash, compared to like a Powerball, the biggest lottery in the US, you're like 100 times more likely to win the block. So it's like, hey, if you give me 100 times bigger chance, it's automatic, and you spend $100 in the beginning of the year, and the total electricity cost for a month is like $4, and you have a very, very good consciousness because like you're supporting Bitcoin. It's a great story. So I think that's why people go crazy for it. I'm stacking hash rate myself. I've got like 5 mini miners sitting on my office desk. I was like, I'm similar crazy, but so yeah, that's it. It's a lottery mining with better odds, automatic thing, and with a good consciousness, and also really, it's a great education.
Thank you for watching this video. This was only a snippet of the podcast, and if you want to watch the full episode and get all of the context of this episode, you can click right here or here. Oh, maybe also here.